I'm sitting here and I'm, playing with my cards and just kind of like shuffling them and whatever. And like, I'm looking at myself on camera and I'm just like, I have like this pimple and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to do this. I don't know if I want to be on camera this morning. And then like the cards I saw were the Six of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, and there was another one. I forget what the other one was, but just like get over yourself and get the message out, will you? So sometimes there's like, just get it done. Just get it done, right? All right, so this will be a tarot and oracle reading. Okay, use your discernment to know if this is for you or not. Okay, let's ask our angels, saints, and ancestors into our space to provide us with divine guidance, with love, knowing that you are divinely protected. And that's it, right? It's about just that trust, that knowingness, and getting over ourselves sometimes in order to get what we're called to do done. All right? So with that, here's your message for today. Okay. First card out is the Empress, all right? You're creating your own reality. You are nurturing, loving, caring, kind. You're sitting back, right? You are enjoying life. You understand your value, your worth, right? And then we have the Devil, okay? We have energy that, of course, wants to take you down off that pedestal, okay? But here's the thing. Those days are over with the Death card. Like, they will be unsuccessful regardless of their attempts, okay? You vibrate so high, okay, that they can't reach you, okay? So trust and have the faith that you're being called, right, to move different, know different, sense different. There are things that you're waiting on. They're coming in. This is you having that higher perspective, that higher wisdom, that higher knowledge, very close to the divine. And so you are able to kind of tap into that higher level of information, right? Yeah, and then we have the Three of Swords, all right? Heartbreak, betrayal, all right? Deceit. Okay, I feel like you know this, okay? You know that this was an experience that helped put you in a position that you needed to be in. And I feel like you have this like gratefulness, this understanding, I'm picking up like some sort of like initiation energy here. So I feel like, you see things for what they are, and it was something you experienced, people, places, things, whatever that was for you that helped you kind of like step into your purpose here, right? It's like you're transmuting the experience, right? The pain, the difficulty from the Three of Swords into some sort of purpose, right? This is you letting things play out the way that they need to play out, right? You know that there's a lot of things that are known and that are unknown, and you're okay with wherever they land, right? It's kind of just like, all right, like I know that there's some truth out there that I don't always know about, but I know enough, right? And knowing enough helps you stay neutral, objective, right? And helps you kind of like see things from a higher perspective so that you can navigate, right? So that you can move in a certain way that doesn't put you in this direct path, right? I feel like it had something to do with like relationships, partnerships, friendships, okay? Oftentimes that's how we learn our like most difficult lessons, is through other people. I also feel like there's energy in the collective that tries to manipulate, tries to kind of like affect our energy, right? Through pain, through experience, to kind of keep us stuck, keep us from ascending. And I feel like you persevered through that energy. I'm getting that like you're very psychic, you're very powerful, you're very intuitive. I feel like oftentimes those are the ones that are targeted the most. Especially as, a collective, as a species, as humanity, we're in the process of ascending. So I feel like oftentimes we are targeted, okay? But again, like you rose above that, you took it on like a boss, okay? And you used it to level up. I'm getting like you're very kind, you're very sweet, like you're very forgiving, you're very empathic, okay? I'm getting like Queen of Cups, like huge heart space, heart chakra, okay? I feel like you healed your heart chakra through this experience as well. So if there was any kind of like trauma from the childhood or anything like that, I feel like you processed that as part of this initiation, as part of this ascension. And again, like understanding, like you have all this compassion now that you may not have had before. And with that compassion comes like an opportunity to kind of like lead or teach or share or guide. I feel like there's some sort of like end game here. Okay. Oop. Yeah, and then I just got the Hermit. I was talking about guiding, right? Being someone who carries a light, carries an understanding. It's like that spiritual wisdom and understanding. You know, this is you being of the light, right? And you showing the way, right? Because you too can relate, okay? And I feel like sometimes it's hard for people to trust other people when they haven't been through what they've been through. And I feel like you might be somebody who has experienced like a lot in life, okay? Especially in this lifetime. And so you bring a lot to the table because you have pretty much experienced a lot of like the major life lessons. Maybe you don't look that way. Maybe people look at you and they're like, oh, she's like not been through it. Like she's full of crap, blah, blah, blah. But I feel like you have been through it, but you don't look like you've been through it. And so people second guess you, but you have been through it. Like you have been through the ringer, right? And you are a walking example, okay, of having faith, trusting the divine, like operating from the heart space, right? And stepping into your spiritual gifts, your power, you've been initiated. You're like in your light worker energy, okay? And that light worker position is not something that is like of ease. Like it's not an easy situation, all right? Yeah, this is like, you have to keep oftentimes to yourself because you know that there's energy out there. You understand energy now. I feel like you're on a new quest. You're on a quest, a spiritual quest. Hierophant, spiritual quest, okay? You have new timelines, new contracts, new things to accomplish now that you are on this divine quest. A spiritual quest, okay? I feel like you are being divinely guided on what's next for you. And so you also had to learn how to tap into that energy, telepathic energy I'm getting. Again, like dialing up like the clairs as well. I feel like those, a lot of the energy that you dealt with through this process was a way for you to kind of learn how to work with that energy, like learn how to use your clairs, learn how to use your telepathic abilities, learning how to use your psychic abilities, whatever that is for you. I feel like there was a lot of learning that happened. There was a lot of growth that happened as well. And I feel like, again, like the teacher was once the student is what I'm getting, okay? The teacher was once the student. Yeah, and then we have, oh, okay, we have, yeah, the teacher was once the student, studying, working, practicing, mastering. And then I have the Chariot, right? It's like you've mastered the skills needed for you to continue moving on towards other things that are for you, right? Like this is like that, it's like getting that certificate, getting that acknowledgement, getting recognized for all the hard work that you've done, right? And now it's time to move on, right? Like you are it's time to move on to a new path, a new journey, a new quest. You're stepping into like a spiritual, yeah, because there are people and energies that we need to work with, that we need to deal with, okay? I'm also getting like you could be leaving like this energy behind you, okay, with the Two of Wands. Yeah, that's what it is. Like your back is towards this Five of Swords energy, which is like low vibrational energy. People who try to win at all costs. They don't care how they get there. They're very like powered by greed, envy, manipulation, right? It's like that devil energy, right? Like you legit can see who these people are like clear as day, right? And so you're able to kind of like walk past them and be like, peace out, right? That's part of like one of the things that you benefited from in this process, is being able to see people for who they truly are. And then I have the Page of Cups. I feel like there might be some past energy that might want to apologize for all the shitty behavior, but, you know, like, you don't need an apology, right? Like, we're beyond apologies, right? So understanding, like, you know, there might be people from like your past that might want to resurface because they see, yeah, and it has something to do with like some sort of partnership, relationship. Because now I feel like they're experiencing their own, you know, judgment at this time, right? I feel like there's a lot of things in their life that's kind of like coming to a head and having to be resolved, and things that they need to kind of like work on. And so maybe there's some realization that's happened as part of this process. I'm also getting like there could be some like very unexpected news, drastic type things happening, falling apart for them as a result of the energy that they put out is the energy that they receive, okay? And so they may be wanting to kind of come in, but it's not going to be like the Page energy is very like half-ass energy, to be honest with you. Okay, so don't hold your breath. That's what I'm getting at. Don't hold your breath. Yeah, okay, you're very strong, all right? Just have forgiveness for the energy in the past, because, you know, it's more about like forgiving yourself and forgiving the situation, because you don't want them to hold on to your energy and you don't want to hold on to their energy. So the best way is to kind of like release any kind of like bitterness or anything like that. Just kind of like let it go. Okay, knowing that, like, you know, this energy was in an energy of like pride, ego, right? And letting that kind of like rule the roost. Yeah. What do we got? Yeah. They're dealing with a lot of chaos and conflict, okay? A lot of competition. I feel like in order to feed their own ego, they needed to put you in competition with other people. I feel like maybe the energy that you had was a bit much for them and they didn't know how to handle it. So I feel like there's a lot of healing that this energy needs, okay? Or needed. So there's a lot of like unresolved trauma, childhood trauma that kind of was triggered. That was part of this whole thing playing out between you guys, right? Like relationship wise, potentially. And again, like ego energy, pride. So, you know, understanding that like everybody needs healing, and sometimes like those who need the most healing end up being and searching for those who are the healers. Okay. So I feel like you realize that like not everybody can you help, right? And if, yeah, let me have the Sun card. Yeah, this is like you choosing to be that positive, loving light, regardless of someone else's internal conflicts, right? Like you left this behind because you chose yourself in the process. And right now they're going through the exposure about like what they actually did, like what they created, how they acted. And I feel like as a result, like even it might have even involved like magic, right? Manipulation. But the Sun card is talking about like, you know, you're having a positive outlook in life. You're aligned with the divine. You're a bright light. Like there's exposure happening for them. But there's peace and harmony for you, right? Like it's kind of like the opposite duality, right? It's like the epitome of duality. And then we have Temperance. So there's your duality. Yeah, you transmuted this energy. I feel like, you know, you're someone who kind of like alchemizes energy potentially. This is Earth Angel energy, the Temperance Angel. So this is you understanding that like certain things happen so that we can kind of like learn, right? Like lessons play out in relationships and our experiences with other people. And I feel like you learned what you needed to learn, okay? And you brought balance to the situation. You brought harmony to the situation, at least for yourself, right? This is you kind of like going with the flow, understanding the lesson and keeping it moving, you know? Like God's got your back, right? The angels have your back. You know this, you trust this, because you are one. All right. And I feel like that's also part of the understanding as part of this reading and this experience, is that like now you understand like who you truly are, right? And what you're meant to do here. So I feel like there's some sort of like realization that you have a calling, you have a purpose, okay? You have a divine purpose. And you're now being recognized and supported for that. Okay, Six of Wands talks about like recognition, acknowledgement, support, celebration, victory. Like, it's like, woohoo, you figured it out. Like, here we go now. Let's go and do what we came here to do, right? You passed all the tests. Not all of them, but some big ones. Some really big tests. Yeah, and here's the thing, like with the Moon card, like you had to really step into this energy and see that like not everything is for you. And I feel like you might have had like this naivete about you, but now you understand. And now you can apply the skills and tools to navigate this kind of energy that is like you're surrounded by energy that is stuck in the ego and prideful and greed, and you know, there's all kinds of things that are going on, but you're called here to help bring the light, anchor in the light, be the light, regardless of what you're around, okay? And I feel like now you understand and know how to use your energy, you know how to protect your energy, you know how to like stay prayed up. Like this is you using all the like the divination tools you are being asked to use and kind of like master, okay? This is you mastering your mindset. This is like creator energy as well. You might be actually going and like taking classes or learning more about like your spiritual gifts and how best to work with them so that you can be of service and be the light. I feel like you are being recognized for what you've accomplished thus far. Yep, for sure. It's been like slow and steady, right? Like it's been a journey, right? With the Knight of Pentacles, this is you continuously investing in yourself, investing in your practice, investing in your learning so that you can be that teacher energy. And this is again, like the World card, like completion, like a major accomplishment. I feel like there's something coming in that is like stable, secure, financial, even that is going to, and it's as a result of all the hard work that you've done. Like this is some sort of like, again, like completion, recognition, accomplishment, and also like kind of like some sort of like reward. Someone wants to invest in you is what I'm getting. Or this could be you investing in yourself. But I feel like this is someone that might want to come in and work with you to help build your business up. Or this is an opportunity for you to do that. I feel like there's some sort of opportunity coming in. And I feel like it's work related. It may not be like, it's spiritual work related is what I'm getting. But it doesn't have to be. I think it depends on who this reading is for per se. I feel like you're being recognized for all the effort that you've put in. And it's like you've reached a higher level of expertise is more what I'm getting here. Okay. And as a result, like that's going to attract, because of your high level of expertise and the hard work you've put in, you've put that energy out, right? And so it's going to come back to you because that's how the universe works. Whoa. All right. And I feel like people are seeing this development of yours. Like people are starting to see the changes in you, the stability in you, the development in you, like, yeah, like recognition. And as a result, like it kind of like mirrors back to them the things that they are not doing about themselves and where they're at in their life. And it creates some sort of like fear, anxiety, I'm not good enough energy. So it's kind of like you're a mirror for other people who aren't doing the work, right? As well. I feel like there's somebody, like it could be this past energy, right, that puts you in competition or whatever. I feel like they are feeling the wrath, right? Like the more the better you do, the worse they feel about themselves. Because again, like it could be a female energy. Like it could be somebody who was very focused on greed. Yeah. Because I have the Judgment, Justice, King of Pentacles, and a Queen of Wands. There's a couple out here that wanted to keep you from progressing. And I feel like they did a whole lot of shitty shit, okay, that they shouldn't have been doing in the first place to try to affect your outcome, your destiny, your progress, whatever work that you have been putting towards yourself, towards your mission, towards your calling. I feel like there was a lot of manipulation, energy manipulation that was sent your way. Okay, there's money, investment, greed energy here, witchy energy here, that I feel like people, this couple here, is receiving their karma for messing with you. Okay, messing with someone who the divine has chosen, right? We have star energy, we have the temperance energy. So yeah, I feel like they went after an earth angel not knowing she was an earth angel, or maybe they did. And they decided to go after her anyway. And as a result, they are experiencing their own karma, and that is justice. That's a side note, I guess. So again, that's the energy here that I'm picking up. Because it's like you persevered, you won anyway, regardless of whatever they tried to send your way, and ended up backfiring, and now they're in this energy. Because initially they wanted you in this energy. They wanted you to feel like you're not enough. And they did it behind closed doors. They did it without thinking anyone was watching. They thought whatever energy they sent your way to kind of affect your life, your outcome, your free will, your progress, your success, that nobody would find out about it. And I feel like they're being exposed for this effort. And now those around them can see based on what they're experiencing, because their life is falling apart at the hands of what they did, from a place of greed, envy, jealousy, deceit, betrayal, defamation of character, all of that. Okay. Yeah. The lying, the slandering. Okay. I feel like there was a lot of dishonest stuff going on. I feel like there was a lot of like, even if like they didn't physically do spells, like rituals, words are spells. Okay. Slandering someone's name is spells. Talking negatively about somebody and their spiritual practice or their business is illegal. And I feel like they're trying to affect your business if you have a spiritual business. Or this could be just pure up, like, you know, character assassination. Okay, and then we have the 5 of Pentacles. So this talks about, like, being left out, being from a place of lack, wanting you to feel like you're not good enough, worthy, or that you don't know what you're talking about, or you are lying about your capabilities, or that you have the skill sets. Okay, I feel like that's been returned, and now they're experiencing loss in their life, whether that's through job, relationships, friendships, family dynamics, maybe a loss of home, job, car, all those things in the material realm that they so coveted initially and wanted to steal from you. They're now experiencing the opposite, which would be the things that they value so much, which would be everything in the material realm, right? Pentacles are material realm. So this would be like all those things, like, you know, clothes and money to do this and go on trips and nice car and nice place to live and all of those things, you know, having a nice job and, you know, celebrating life. Like, that's all going to be taken away because they wanted to take that away for you. And when you put that kind of energy out, that's the energy you receive. I feel like that's what's going on with this past energy over here. Then they're being represented about, like, you know, like, you irritate their demons. You irritate them so much that they have attacked you and try and put 10 swords in your back, right? maliciously, okay? And involved many others to do it, obviously, with the Five of Wands. All right, I feel like it wasn't just this couple, it was their friends too. And so justice is being served for the 10 swords that have been put in your back at the hands of others. They will experience the wrath of God. We have the Emperor energy, which represents power, strength, leadership. I feel like when they knocked you down and put the 10 swords in your bag, they didn't expect you to get back up. They thought you were down for the count. They didn't realize the strength that you have, the power that you carry, the authority that you have either. I feel like there's also strong masculine energy here. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, this is like, some of this experience was fated to happen so that there would be lessons learned here for everyone's highest and greatest good. And then there's things that people do out of a place of pain, hurt, trauma, right? And sometimes it goes a bit overboard, right? And I feel like there still needs to be accountability for what was done above and beyond what was necessary for this lesson to play out, okay? Because there are contracts that everyone kind of had with one another. And again, like, I'm getting like, you know, with the 10 of Cups, you know, I feel like there might have been a partnership here that, you know, there were some lessons to be learned from. However, I think somebody really, instead of like working on the healing, working on the growing and evolving as a person, as a human, as part of a couple unit, right? Like a partnership, they chose to go a different direction for the sake of greed, envy, lust. Okay. I feel like there might have been somebody who kind of like seduced this energy as well. So there's some of that. I'm getting that like lessons will be learned regardless, right? So some of it's fated, some of it's destined. Okay. And I'm getting that like the end of this chapter has closed. And so I feel like what I'm getting is that like there's been decisions, there's been judgment and justice determined. And so that is what's playing out right now. And so based on the decisions made, certain energy is going to learn certain lessons, right? Which could be, okay, now you wanted to experience what the perspective was from a place of abundance. Well, now you're going to learn the perspective of loss. So you're going to learn both lessons, right? And I feel like the energy I'm talking to that went through all this process with some of these individuals, it could be family. I mean, it could be family treating you this way. It could be mother narcissistic type dynamics. So there's a lot that could be playing out here. But so now it's your turn to experience the upside, if you will, while this energy here experiences the other side, the duality of that. So duality is playing out in this reading. Okay, kind of like karma and dharma on the Wheel of Fortune, okay? So it's kind of like they thought they were winning, and they might have been, right? And they went above and beyond, right, to take from you so that they could benefit from it and manipulate the situation. Well, now it's your turn. They're now experiencing the loss while you experience the gain. So any energy that they might have been sending to you, like you've learned how to transmute that and use it for your benefit. Okay. And again, like it's also about like, did you retaliate? Did you act out? Did you send them negative energy? Did you pay a practitioner to send them negative energy? And it doesn't look like you did. But I feel like they did. They definitely did the most. Okay. They definitely did the most. And so they're going to have to go through some lessons in order to understand the perspective that you had throughout this whole process, which was, you know, dealing with a lot of like defamation of character, slandering, you know, lack of trust, lack of support, lack of opportunity, lack of finances. Maybe there was trouble, you know, with mental issues. Maybe there's some mental sickness, or physical sickness. And I just feel like, you know, it's out of like either one of your hands because the divine's involved. Okay. And decisions, judgments have been made. So it's like this went to like this whole scenario went to like spiritual court. And then I'm also getting like some of this energy might be actually going to physical court. So it depends on like, I'm picking up collective energy. So it is. So yeah, there's a lot. Yeah. 6 of Cups. Okay. I feel like whatever lessons you've learned in this process is going to help future generations. I know sometimes when we see the 6 of Cups, it represents like the past, but I do feel like this energy is reflecting on the past, right? Yeah. Then we have the 9 of Cups, which is coming true. I'm also getting like this energy that you might have dealt with in the past. They may have like wished for somebody like you, and then you came into their life and they ended up like, and you were the blessing, like you were that like, right? The 9 of Cups almost to the 10 of Cups, right? Like, and then they abused it. It wasn't good enough for them. So it's almost like God blessed this energy with you, and then all of a sudden they didn't think the blessing from God was good enough. I'm getting like 4 of Cups energy. 5 of Cups, close enough, right? I feel like, you know, because of this contract, it didn't work out. I feel like you're getting a new one. Yeah, look, 5 of Cups in the Tower. Okay. This was this falling apart was a blessing in disguise, because here's the thing, like this energy did the most to kind of like mask themselves, pretend to be something that they're not. All the while they did not have good intentions. And I feel like now you understand that because there wasn't good intentions, because this energy wasn't willing to kind of hold up their end of the bargain as part of the soul contract, the divine had to move you away from this energy and let everything kind of like fall apart. Okay. And again, like they're going to experience this energy too. So because of them not holding up their part of the bargain in the soul contract, or maybe they did, maybe that's part of this, right? Like it played out the way it was supposed to play out, but they too will experience this energy, right? Someone else focusing on someone else, right? And not seeing their value, not seeing their worth, and this energy feeling like I'm not good enough, I'm not chosen energy, and then everything kind of falling apart in their life so that it could be rebuilt. This is like ego death energy, okay? This is like dark night of the soul energy as well, is what I'm getting. So even that part of your experience, they will also experience. And then here's the blessing in disguise, right? Like here's what's coming in. Like you had to experience this so that you can appreciate this. That's what I'm getting. Yeah. Okay. So it's beautiful. Like this is going to work out beautiful for the ones who have been doing all the work, right? The ones who, you know, were down and out and were experiencing a lot of different things and gained a new perspective and a new outlook on like life and went through the ascension aspect of things. Like this is what you're gaining. Like you had to understand that like you deserved better and you weren't going to settle for less than. And because you chose yourself and chose self-love, then this is what you're attracting into your reality. And it's all because of you surrendering to the divine and allowing all of this to happen naturally. Okay. And not getting involved, not trying to micromanage the universe. Like the divine's like, we're going to teach you a lesson. So sit down and get your paper and pen out. And you did that. You got your paper, you got your pen, you got your notebook, and you took notes. Okay. And now you can share those notes with other people. And that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Yep. New perspective. right? Here's you sharing those notes with other people through some sort of like working, teamwork, collaboration. Okay, with the Three of Pentacles, I feel like you've put in the hard work. And it's observed, it's seen. This is you maybe like, yeah, like going and collaborating with other people. Yep. You're one of the divine. You're very protected. This is you receiving divine guidance. This is you sharing divine guidance. This is you sharing that high perspective, right? I mean, we're in the clouds. We have a sort of Archangel Michael. So this is you possibly being a channel, some sort of oracle energy. That's beautiful. And then there's this love offer coming in for you from somebody who appreciates what you do and how you do it. I appreciate what you do and how you do it. You will be moving on to calmer waters. This could be a new home. This could be a new location. This could be you being redirected timeline-wise, so that this energy here, you're no longer going to be dealing with that. Okay, Nine of Swords. Yeah. I feel like this Knight of Cups is going to help to I feel like the Nine of Cups is like, it's definitely new energy. Nine of Swords. Four of Swords. I feel like you healed your wounds. You've done that inner work. Okay, because with the swords, it talks about like inner thinking, processing. I feel like you've done a lot. And you're helping other people too, which is beautiful. And then here's that opportunity. And then we have the Two of Cups. Okay, this is soulmate energy. Yeah. So this is a beautiful reading, you guys. I hope this helps somebody. And I hope it finds who needs it. And I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye now.